handle it, deal with it. Those are key words for you to really factor them into your life. Meaning, if you really decide that you are going to handle every situation and you are going to deal with those moments that are hard, that you have the disappointments, you are going to be able to really control your life. Sometimes we have some things that happen to us which are out of our control. However, when those things come along, we still have the emotion inside reacting to that situation. And if you do not stop and realize, wait a minute, this is my life, therefore I need to handle these emotions. So when you handle something, you grab them, you own them, you pull it out in front of your eyes, and you look at it and you say, well, what am I feeling? What's going on? And when you really see it, then it gives you the ability to deal with it. Sometimes we just have to deal with ourselves, meaning we have a straight up talk, one-to-one, when nobody else is there, and we say, what about it? And those talks will probably come a lot in your life if you're going to be really honest about what you're doing. And just like that boat that's on the ocean, those waves come, and we experience so many emotional waves, the highs and the lows and the in-between, and they go up and they go down. And if you can imagine that boat, and that boat's you, and you are living life, you are experiencing it, the joys, the disappointments, and you're just going with those waves, you're really not going to go anywhere, and you are subject to where the waves want to take you. If the wind starts blowing, it's going to make your ride a little bit rockier. Until you decide, okay, I am going to steer my boat, and I am going to do that by really handling these things that are bothering me, really looking at them, and then I'm going to deal with it. If it's something I really need to learn from, then I will, and I will move on. That's like putting a little bit of horsepower in that engine, because once you start putting that horsepower in your engine, then you start gaining the ability to start steering your boat where you want it to go. And you can learn from every single disappointment. You can learn from different people, watching their experiences, sometimes putting yourself there so you don't necessarily have to experience it firsthand. If we would do that more, then we would become very, very good students in life, and we would learn quicker, and we would experience without needing to go through some of the really bad hurts and disappointments. So if something is bothering you, handle it and deal with it. Deal with yourself, and the only people who really can deal with ourselves is us. We can have people tell us what to do, how to do it, but until we finally just rise up to the occasion and look at ourselves right there in the mirror and say, well, what about it? Then are we able to really do something with the situation. And it's a little uncomfortable sometimes because we don't want to admit sometimes what's going on inside of us. Sometimes it's a little embarrassing even to ourselves. And when we shun away from the truth, lying to ourselves about how things really are, that robs you of the ability to really deal with things, because you're seeing it in a jaded fashion. If you have something that you're working on and you kind of fib to yourself, well, I'm doing better, and you really know that you're not doing as well as you say you are or you could be, deal with it and handle it, own it. And when you decide to really own and handle your own life, you have the ability and the power gained to overcome the next hurdle and the next hurdle. So don't let your boat Just sit on that ocean and be subject to the winds and to the waves and let it toss and turn you, acting like there's nothing you can do about it. Because there really is. And when you have those times when you blame others for the situation you're in, deal with it. Absolutely deal with it. And realize, okay, this is my lot. These are the cards that are dealt to me. So how am I going to play them? Be wise. Be cunning. Win the game. And the game is your life. Enjoy it. Really, really embrace it. Because when you do it that way, then you start tasting everything. And when you start experiencing and tasting what it feels like to really take control of your life, then you can do anything you want to without the burden of the emotional regrets, without the burden of the emotional what ifs, without the burden of I can't. Because this is your life and you frankly get to own it.